Hello, Andrew Myams here from Intuitive Finance. Well, the complexities in our lending market continue to reign supreme. We've now got differentials between interest only, principal and interest. The home loans and investment loans have been different for some time, and we're also now seeing that the differentials in interest rates is becoming quite vast, to the point that sometimes paying principal and interest might start to feel like a better option than paying interest only. The differentials of interest rates are really starting to widen, where you've still got a principal and interest home loan in and around the high threes, and now an interest only investment loan starting to work into the 5% range. It's becoming really complex, and right now, today, I think more than ever, you need to be seeking professional advice. People who work in this area more and more are starting to become specialists, and this is exactly what we do on a day-to-day basis with our investors. Never been busy here at Intuitive, and I think that's sort of probably a justification of what we do. But let me give you some other examples of what you can do to help yourself in the current market. I think knowing your living expenses have become a real key focus of APRA and our regulators in making sure people actually know what they spend from month to month, week to week. And then whenever we are doing some work around that, you're going to be asked questions around how do you justify it, how do you support it, things like that. So just doing a budget, having an idea with the best intentions. You know, things change from a month-to-month basis, but you've got to know with some certainty what sort of budget you're on. You know, principal and interest, everyone's gone to this interest-only buying frenzy. Principal and interest isn't that bad, nor is interest only in the right instances. But getting the balance right is probably something everyone needs to consider, especially now you're looking at a 0.5 to 0.75% differential between interest only and principal interest. Just consider your options. Make sure you're looking at all of them, all right? Don't just say, I want an interest only loan. Let's do some comparisons and look at what the best outcome for you is. I think one of the things people have got a little bit fixated on is this interest only and putting money aside. Paying principal and interest can generate the same outcome. You know, it's not like you can never redraw that money. The property goes up in value. You can always redraw into using that equity again. It's not one and done, you know. So I think just getting the right structures in place is really, really important. Setting up now your buffers. We've probably been talking about this. So getting regular valuations and making sure your buffers are in place, making sure you've got more than enough, because it's buying the asset, and buying the right asset is really important, but buying time is more important. It's time that makes you money in property investing, not necessarily the asset. Whilst a bad asset will lose you money, time will buy you money and time for allow that asset to do its thing. So getting your buffers in place. And you know, if you're hearing a no because the restrictions are on, like all restrictions are like all property cycles, credit is one of those things that can stop. Sometimes no is the right thing. A lot of the regulators' actions and a lot of the things they're trying to do is to limit people from that FOMO, fear of missing out, and rushing in and getting it wrong, because the repercussions or the consequences can be a lot far greater than rushing in to get something. So maybe no is the right answer. You mightn't want to hear it, but sometimes it is the right answer in the right circumstances. The last thing I think that where most people do go wrong still is they treat their property investing just as an aside, and hopefully they get it right. Have a plan, put something in place, put down some consequences that if you do that, this is what you'll get. Put down some goals of how often you'd like to buy an investment property, whether it be yearly or 2 years or 3 years. Make sure you put some considerations about your personal lifestyle, going on a holiday, having a family, going to one income. Just getting the balance right, but a plan in place, really important. Most of our really successful investors have actually got a plan in place. They work to it. They don't achieve everything they have on their plan, but it certainly helps knowing what they want to achieve. So in this current really complex market, I hope that gives you a few ideas of what you may or may not be able to do to just help yourself. As always, we're here to help, and we'd love to speak to any of you that thinks they could use our assistance in this current complex environment. All the best for now.